I'm Skylar with SwitchWeld, and today we're going to learn a little bit about Multipass. So first step is to make your root pass. So we'll go ahead and do that. So whenever we're going to program our root pass, the only little key points that we need to know are that we need to have an approach and a retract point for the multipass. So here I'm about a little over an inch away from the beginning of our weld. So I'll program our first approach point. And then I'll use our joystick to drive it in, put it where it needs to go. All right, so now I'll program beginning of the weld. We'll turn our arc on. Now I'll use our orient functionality here. Use orient. All right, so now we'll program our endpoint, turn our arc off, and then we'll program a retract point just like we did for the approach. And then we'll bring the robot home. And so now we're going to start to program the multipass. What we'll do is we'll go into the Advanced tab, scroll to the bottom to Multipass, and then so the first thing it asks for is for us to assign our root pass. So we need to make sure that we include the approach and retract points that we programmed, and when we do, when we have all of our points selected, we'll click our assign root pass, and we'll see here it has popped up a couple extra little points here, our root start and root end. So now we'll move over to step 2. So first thing it's going to ask for is, where do we want the second pass to start? So let's just bring the robot down to next to where the beginning of our weld was. And then say we want to move the robot, or we want to start the second pass about 1/4 of an inch away from the first one along, our base material. So I've moved the robot back a little bit here. So now we will record our pass start location. And we see our X, Y, and Z coordinates have changed. And then the final question here is, which pass direction do we want? So whenever the robot comes in and welds, the first, the root pass, it's going to go in a forward direction. Well, if we wanted the robot to come and weld essentially backwards, then we would program that in reverse, and that's what we'll do here. So we'll put it in reverse and then insert that, and I'll say we want a third pass. We want to stack one on top of the two that we've made already. We'll just bring our robot where we want it to start, and then we'll record our pass start location again. Our XYZ has changed again, and then we want our pass direction to be forward this time, because the first root pass is going to be forward, the second one is going to be backwards, and then the third one is going to be forwards again. So now we'll save that. You see that it inserts pass 2, and then let's bring our robot back home. And then we'll watch it run. And when we watch it go to the reverse, we'll notice that our travel angle has actually changed a little bit. So if we had programmed it to run in reverse with the same orientation as we programmed, then it would actually be pushing for the root pass and then dragging for the next pass. But our software handles all of that. Yeah. So that's how you program the multipass initially. So now I'm going to show you how to go in and change some of the settings. So I'll show you all of the options. So let's just go right in here. We'll edit this pass. And so the first thing that we're going to look at here is all these tabs up here at the top. So first we'll go to our offsets. So we'll see start and end offset. So this allows you to, if you want the welder to say start maybe a little beyond the root pass, or maybe a little behind the root pass to make your weld longer or shorter. You know, we have these options for that. So we would just insert a numeric value in inches here, and then for our work and travel angle. So if we wanted to shift our work angle for the second pass, you know, we could do that. And also for the travel angle. And for each pass can be edited independently. So you can, so let's look at our next tab, our weld process tab. So here we can change our travel speed, wire feed speed, and voltage for each individual pass. Same as with dwells. So we've got our arc start fill, our crater fill, and then our gas post flow. And then weave. So weaves can also be edited independently as well. And here we've got all of our options. So yeah, that's all of our options for the multipass. If you have any questions, then please leave them in the comments below.